Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassa, how are you?
Hi, I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and all my viewers across the globe. And this is Real Talk Corner, where conversation sparks change and every voice matters. And this evening, I'm a little solemn because, my co-host is not on with me tonight on this beautiful Tuesday evening. Guys, what date today is? The 21st? All right. It's the 21st of October in the year 2025. Boy, I tell you, we just celebrated with our Hindu brothers and sisters Diwali, Festival of Lights, and here we are. They done talking about Christmas. You understand? But hello. I don't celebrate Christmas. I'm not a Christmas person. I don't really celebrate no holiday. I just celebrate me, celebrate the goodness of God and my life running after me, praying for our nation, and that's about it. I really not into the holiday thing. But it has been a beautiful Tuesday. Yes, the 21st day of October. And like I said, my co-host may not be joining me tonight because of, work commitments and so on. But that's quite okay. I think I could handle it by myself. I am missing her already, but hi, Hadassa, wherever you are at this point in time, you are missed. I have my producers and my editors with me to encourage me a bit. But we have a lot to talk about tonight. Yes, we have a lot. First, I want to encourage people, do not be carried away by the rhetoric, the panic, and all this nonsense talk that is all over the place. We are safe, but we need to continue. Those of us who know how to pray, please pray for Trinidad and Tobago. We are standing alone with Jesus and with the US. All right? All who have a problem, let them stay there with that. Nothing is going to happen to us. We got to stick together. We have to pray. We have to have faith in God. We're going to be okay. We're going to be all right. If our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, says we're going to be fine, she is looking out for our citizens. I believe that after God. All right? So we want to talk a little bit, producer, about what is happening, that we shouldn't panic. Now, Mr. Amory Brown, the former Minister of Foreign Affairs, made a comment, and it states, TNT's nomination for a position on the UN Secretary Council may be in jeopardy. Who really cares? Former Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Amory Brown, has slammed the government for isolating TNT from the rest of the region. We're not isolated. We stand alone. If my Prime Minister say we standing alone, we standing alone, all right? He said that as regional reports have indicated, that TNT's nomination for a position on the United Nations Security Council for the period 2027-2028 may be in jeopardy after its decision to support the United States in military action that have left 32 people dead. If we decided that we are supporting the decision of the United States in military action, that is up to us. Amory Brown, if you don't want to be a part of the citizenship and of the ruling of our Prime Minister in Trinidad and Tobago, go somewhere else and support them. But we stand with our Prime Minister. What she says, she is the leader. She is the head of national security. And if she says that, there is a reason for her saying it, and we support her. When Rowley and when Olia was saying all your thing, nobody couldn't tell you all what to do. If you decide what you want to decide, all you go with it, whether the opposition at the time was the UNC, say yay or nay. You all do what you want to do. Don't try to come now and bully our Honorable Prime Minister and the United National Congress government. We not falling for that propaganda. Stay with all your, listen to me now, go to another country. Go to the country that's supporting Mr. Amory Brown, Dr. Amory Brown. Okay? The Caribbean Media Corporation reported that some regional leaders were not happy with the TT's position. Well, if they're not happy, suit all yourself, suck it up. You don't have to be, all you don't have to be happy with us. You all have your country to run, support your country. As a result, the endorsement by CARICOM to represent the region in the UN Security Council has reportedly been called into question. And so what? This is Trinidad and Tobago, and our Prime Minister, our legal advisors, whatever, made a decision. If we support United States, if you all want to support whoever else, go ahead and support. We are supporting the United States, all right? So Amory Brown, you fasten out a place. You hold at your corner, stick at your corner, okay? Because we don't really care about that. If our Honorable Prime Minister, who is the head of this country after God, says so, well, it is so. There is no question. Who want to question? Go ahead and question by yourself. Leave us alone. TNT know what they are doing because we have a great Prime Minister and we stand with her. We support her. Who don't want to? Well, stay quiet or go to the country that's supporting. All right? I am saying we are supporting our Prime Minister in whatever decision she has made for the citizenry of this country. She would never do something that will bring harm and disrepute to Trinidad and Tobago. That I know. Everything our Honorable Prime Minister say or do is a problem to these bullies, cult, PNM people. What is wrong with you all? Find all your space and all your place, okay? And let us rule as we were put there to rule. We were voted to rule, and we're going to do that. Who don't like it? What you could do about it? When you all was in power, whatever all you say, it didn't matter what the United National Congress, the opposition, said at that point in time. You all didn't care. You never take into consideration whatever was being said, whatever we were saying, and whatever they said was for the benefit of the citizens, and all you didn't care about that. So why now? Why bother now that we are there? We are seeking the interests of this country. All you want to talk. Man, leave the country and go somewhere else where you feel safe. If you're not feeling safe, if you want to represent and you're not getting to represent under this Prime Minister, go where you could. Because, I mean, after all, you have a choice, all right? You have a choice. Now, you see, I'm missing my partner real bad. But anyhow, Trinidadians, do not panic, okay? Let us pray and let us trust God. I am not saying everything that the U.S. do is right, you know, because as a matter of fact, I am totally many times against how the U.S. does want to intrude on other people's country. But they are doing a job that is going to benefit us. All right? The young man who is a Trinidadian got killed in the boat, in the whatever. Yes, this young man here. The family have a right to feel how they're feeling. But nobody know for true what he was doing there. Mother of U.S. airstrike victim leaves government in God's hand. That's the best thing to do. Leave us in God's hand, because our Honorable Prime Minister always says, put God first and walk behind. So these people, all you just feel them innocent. It's only when they lose their life, everybody's want to jump up because it was a U.S. airstrike. Man, he was involved. What he was doing there in the boat. I know it have many others who are living in Venezuela and they are Trinidadians. Many other things. How come they wasn't a part of that? Eh? They want to say he got what he was charged for, ammunition, and not for what? What it is, producer? He wasn't charged for drugs. He was charged for ammunition. Where there is ammunition, there is drugs most of the time. Kidnapping. What you was doing with ammunition and it wasn't licensed. You didn't have a license gun. What you were doing with ammunition, always want to hide all your children faults. Listen, if they're wrong, they're wrong. He get killed. I am sorry. Accept my condolences. I'm really sorry for you as a mother. But when our children are not listening to us, or if you didn't train them right, this be the end results. Don't blame the government for that. Don't blame the government for that. So all I can tell you is my condolences, my heartfelt condolences. You have lost a child, and I understand that. I've lost a child too, of course, not to criminal activities. but it is hard and painful to bury your own child, all right? But at the same time, don't blame the government. All it doesn't want to take responsibility for all your own action if you didn't bring up your child in the right way, or if you did and they didn't listen and they were found wandering in the wrong place and they lose their life, so be it. There are people who lose their life for being in the wrong place at the wrong time, not that they did anything wrong. So I am saying to you all, give us a break here in this country. Let us pray for safety. Let us pray for God's blessing upon us. And let us pray that we can live in unity and stop the foolishness. Don't blame this government, all right? So, Dr. Amy Brown, you have a problem together with the political leader of the opposition. All you have problems, man, suit all yourself. But leave our honorable Prime Minister to run this country. I have another topic I want to deal with, all right? So I want to deal with another topic. Oh gosh, today, producer, I take a little peek into the Standing Finance Committee. Ah, Lord Jesus. Listen to me, now, man. You have any clip with them? Play that for me, now, man. I don't even have the words to speak tonight about what I saw, you know. And I want to say something to the government at present. Or you stop letting this cult of our PNM members come there and intimidate or try to talk all you down. All you have to know how to deal with these people. When they run the country down for a whole decade, they didn't listen to nobody. They listened to nobody. They did what they want. I've never seen, I think it was 9 headings. They only probably still getting through the second one. Probably they might be there for the whole night tonight. And it's because these cultish people, this PNM government, this selfish bullying past government feel that they could bully the government at hand. You all cannot allow that. And I'm saying the PS and the technocrat and all these people, they are PNM, they're setting all you up. They're setting all you up, all in realizing that. The PNM is there, those PS and those technocrats and all these engineers and whoever, they're undermining what the UNC is here to do. And until we find a solution to work around them, put somebody else for you all to work with, that the PS and them have to work with, because they're there to frustrate the hell out of you all. They will never allow you all to do your job. They will continue to give information to the PNM, the opposition, to frustrate you all. I am telling you that. I'm not seeing the clip. Is the clip ready? Let's play it.
02 goods and services, starting at line item 16. Contract employment. Contract employment, we're seeing a decrease of $68,800. How many contract workers have been cut to facilitate this decrease?
No contract workers were cut. If you look, you will see that in 2024, the actual spend here was $90,000, and in 2025, revised as the 2025 as 156, and the revised was 168. My point is that it varies. So thus far, the positions that they do have under contract employment are sufficiently covered with the amount here.
Mr. Chair, with the greatest of respect, I realize this is the strategy being employed. However, 2025 has estimates, which would have been what was presented at the last budgetary cycle when we went through this exercise. The purpose of 2025 revised estimates is each ministry, each item here is now asked, well, estimate how much it is you're going to actually spend for the year 2025. So the fact that they've said $168,800 and you've now provided $100,000, it means there's a decrease of $68,000. It can very well turn out, when you close the accounts at the end of this year, that the 2025 actual is more than $168,000. So I am not interested in the historical information. I am interested, as we all are in this country, with your budget. What are you providing for the next fiscal? And you are providing a deficit under this line item of an estimate of $68,800. I am certain it is going to be more. So if we can move now to line item 22.
Mr. Chairman,
No, you have to
I am
ask
still
a
in my
question.
5 minutes. I haven't finished. I'm still in my 5 minutes. I haven't gotten to the question as yet. I can speak for 5 minutes according to the standing orders. You all haven't changed it as yet.
Calm yourself.
02, line item 22, short-term employment. You have reduced the short-term employment for the Port of Spain City Corporation by $1 million. The short-term employment is being utilized to assist many vulnerable families in the city of Port of Spain, in particular some who have lost their employment under CPEP and URP. Why are you reducing it by $1 million? And I know as a fact, because we've seen it in these documents.
Why? You want to know why? Because we would not use amalgamated. We will not use all your contractors. We would use our contractors, and the cost is going to be a whole lot less. I should have been inside there to deal with all you so fast and out of place, trying to frustrate the MPs, the ministers, trying to frustrate the people. What is wrong with him? He thinks he's trying to bully the ministers. You all can't see that? Minister Amin didn't know what to tell you. You're fast and out of place. When all you was doing all your crack, anybody could have asked all you why. All you didn't even care to answer. And you know what? I find my ministers answering all you going into too much of details. Shut up, question, answers, get on, let's move on. They're trying to bully the ministers. He getting on as though he is the minister and asking, but why? But you know, these ministers didn't know how to deal with them. Why? Because we will not be using all the fraudulent contractors. We'll be using contractors who is going to charge less. How do you them can determine how much we put? And talking about decrease, if we choose to decrease it, we decrease it. As long as we continue going and the people get their money. They forget how much time the Port of Spain Corporation workers had to protest, how many times they didn't pay them, how much time they're getting paid late. Like all you forget that? And want to come here to ask the ministers, but why you decreased by $1 million? All you're fast and out of place. Small pain, rock on the other side. I am saying 9 heads they had to cover today, and up to probably an hour ago is only 2, because they advantage us. And UNC members, ministers, all you have to know to deal with these people. Remember the PS and everybody sitting there with you all, and you could see the smirk in their face, because all of them setting up all here, they're undermining you all to make all you look, you know, as though you don't know what you're doing. That is the end results, you know. They're going to have a press conference to say the UNC government doesn't know what they're doing. They want to create a mayhem in this country, but by God's grace, it will not happen, because that is their intent. Whole day, first it was Minister Mohit. They take that woman to the playing field, question the same question 4 and 5 times in different ways. UNC the PNM come out to make a havoc of us. All you have to stand up against these people. They're wicked, they're cultish, they're evil, they're demonized, and they're out to get this country going. Remember, come in, but used to talk about they ain't riot yet. They want to see the country, the people start to riot, but by God's grace, it won't happen. Don't answer them. Yes, we have an obligation to answer, but answer and cut it short. Under them, when they're doing this, I've never seen this like that. The amount of questions, and all of them asking the same questions in different ways, trying to tie up all you, trying to make all you look as though all you don't know what all you about. That is the whole point, you know, to make you all look, make the government look as though they don't know what they're about. That is all. But all you have to spew them out, you know, spew them out and continue. What a whole 2 weeks will be going before this could finish, and people will be waiting on their salary. All you know how these people like to propaganda. They have a plan, and the plan is to disrupt this government from performing. The plan is to make you all look as though you don't know what you're about, but all you have to put all your foot down, and with the chairman, let him know. We question answered. Question answered. If when you all put decrease in different constituency and corporation when the PNM was in power. Anybody could have said anything. You all had to put all your tail between all your legs, raise funds, beg, and sometimes your people can't be paid, your employees can't be paid. Who cared about it? How come they so care about workers now and who get paid? What they care about is the contract by the 1%, but you all don't need to use them. It have plenty other garbage removers. So if they say 20 million is to remove garbage and all you only put in the budget 13 million, yes, that is going to be sufficient because we don't follow your policy. We're not working with all your contractors. We're going to put people there who are not fraudulent and who are not big thieves, but who are going to charge the amount to do the job. Come on, man, my UNC brothers and sisters, deal with them so-called cultish people. They are about bringing this country down, creating a havoc, but it will not happen. That's all they're for. Haven't you all seen since we have won this election, there is nothing good that is coming out of the opposition mouth. Nothing. Don't care what the Honorable Prime Minister do. Don't care what the ministers do. It doesn't matter. They come in Parliament every day to see how they could discourage you all, how they could make you all look as though you don't know what you're about. That is their intent. Dolly comes, Imbers and Small Pain and Brian, all of them is the same thing, same question over and over with the rhetoric. Don't talk about this one. With attitude, all you inside the Parliament and all you trying to bully people. What they expect in the schools and expect in the wider community. The same bullying because all you're starting it from here. But I beg you ministers, don't study them, you know. Don't study them at all because I don't know when my boy Barry Padarat time come, Minister Padarat, what go happen? That Parliament go turn upside down because I'm certain he's not going to take no crap, no BS from none of them. None. None. I am so upset. They think that they are in power still. And the truth is, everybody's saying it. Everybody's saying the UNC win, but the PNM in power because we have too much PNM still in operation at the highest level in ministries. And all they're doing is undermining what the UNC wants to do. They will not give you all a break until all they sift them out. All they have to sift them out, find a way, organize, create other positions to be able to do what you have to do, you know, because I'm telling you all, we would go through 5 years and wouldn't be able to achieve what we really want to achieve because of those nuisance that we have in ministries.
The finance minister has confirmed that there's no money set aside in the current budget for a 10% wage increase for public servants.
That's because, according to the minister, talks over the pay hike are yet to begin. The Standing Finance Committee stage of the budget debate began this morning, with the Ministry of People, Social Development and Family Services being the first cabinet portfolio to be scrutinized. And while examining the various expenditure heads, government was asked where is the money for public servants' wage increases that were promised in the budget reading. However, Devendranath Tanku said it would not be feasible to include that figure without the completion of the union's negotiations with the chief personnel officer.
There has been no negotiation started. So the assumption that there's a 10%, 12%, 0%, 5%, whatever your assumption is irrelevant at this point. We have to wait, and your version of accounting might be different. But we have to wait as a government until there is a negotiation started before we preempt and put some arbitrary figure in the numbers. That is common sense.
Meanwhile, the opposition accused the government of deliberately understating its expenditure by failing to include the proposed increase in NIS contributions in the budget documents. Social Development Minister Vandana Mohit was repeatedly asked whether the funds allocated for NIS payments accounted for the 6 percentage point increases scheduled for 2026 and 2027. Eventually, the minister admitted that the figures did not reflect the intended adjustments, but said what is budgeted would be enough. Commonwealth, however, told the finance minister that mathematically, that doesn't make sense.
The provision is adequate.
How is that possible, sir?
I am done. I am done. This question has been asked and answered and asked and asked and asked and asked and asked. Pay attention, please.
That is my point. They are trying to frustrate the Minister of Finance. They are trying to frustrate all of the ministers. That's my point. And for the media, I never heard the word there were no allocation, but all they put up, no allocation yet. The Minister of Finance said whatever they were asking, it was not irrelevant. The parties, the unions haven't sat yet. Listen to me, the negotiation haven't sat. How will they know how much it's going to be? The fact is the money is there, but they cannot give a figure where you see no allocation. No reflection, there is no allocation. This is so far from what the minister said, the Minister of Finance, but that is their intent, to frustrate you all, for you all to look as though you don't know what you're doing, what you're about. To hell was all of these PNM cultish members. All you push them under all your foot. Move, Satan, move, and let the UNC members and ministers pass to do what they have to do. You all are wicked and deceptive, nasty-minded, evil. That is who they are. They never said, the finance minister never said anything about no allocation. But here it is, who is that? TV6 or CNC3? All you're ready to talk about no allocation. The Minister of Finance never said that. It wasn't irrelevant at that time, and it wasn't reflected because there is a negotiation to take place and they do not know yet what is the figure, but the money is there. And even if it's not there, so help me God, when the time reaches, the money is going to be there, because we have an honorable Prime Minister together with ministers who is going to make it happen. You all are so ridiculous. I can't find a good word to say on this show. I can't find a good word. You really want to have the people of Trinidad feeling uneasy. Ministers, please do not stress yourself over these clowns. Today was a clown show, all right? It was a show of comedians on the opposite bench. So you all do what you have to do. Answer, question, answer, and move on. Don't give them no explanation. There is time for that. There is the right time and place for giving explanation. They're out of place. All you see, they're trying to frustrate. Just imagine Minister of Finances be always so calm and collective, but you could have seen the arrogance coming out from inside that never came out. I know if there was a boulder there, he would have pelted on one of them. Maybe not. He tried to keep his composure, but I felt it for you all, because they was drilling all you. They was drilling you all. Is that fair? When they had 10 budget standing finance committee, did you all do that to them? No. But they did everything possible to make you all look as though you was frustrated and you didn't know what you were doing. That is what they did. And you all must not succumb to their fury. All you mustn't succumb. You all have a whole week again of them. So the rest of ministers, I hope you all taking note, right? Because one of the things the PS and the technocrats and all of them were supposed to do is to do up whatever had to be done for the budget, bring it before you all. You all were supposed to sit down and discuss it, but they will never, especially for the young ones and the young ministers and the ministers who are there for the first time. Okay? They're going to try to eat all you up, but keep all your head up high. And I can't wait. I don't have the time to look at it tomorrow and the rest of the days, but I would get the clips. But I'm saying to you all, do not succumb to these follies, these stupid people as human beings. They're stupid because this is Trinidad and Tobago. If they really care about this country, you think they're going to behave like that? They don't care. They just want you all to look bad. They want everything to crumble so that the citizens could get heart attack, should be afraid, and they want people to come out and protest. But you know what? We Trinidadians, we smarter than that. This is not Trinidadians in 1960 and 1980. We are educated. We are much more educated than we were before. We ain't that foolish anymore. Even in 1990 with the coup, we're not going to do that. When this government start performing and the people see that the results is good, they wouldn't bother with the PNM. This is why I keep saying, and many others are saying, PNM always suck it up, because all you wouldn't see the powers of corridor of powers for a very, very long time. All your behavior is showing who all you really is. All you don't care nothing about the man on the ground. You don't care about the people. right? All you don't care nothing about nobody. It's about all your own pocket, right? The contractors, and somebody said sometime about, I think it's earlier was Brian Manning, about some contractor that died or killed himself or commit suicide because of the situation. Hello, he wasn't the first and he wouldn't be the last. If you don't have guts and belly to live in this time, well, sorry for you. You need to go and pray. When things didn't work out, you had to pray. You think he is the only contractor? You think all of us have it nice? No. But we have to stand in faith in God, not in man. So all you stay there and feel all you would come to embarrass the ministers of the UNC government, then all you sit down there and suck it up. Because the truth is, life goes on. And what they have to do, it is going to be seen and it's going to be good for everyone as we go forward. This is only going into what, 6 months? And you all getting on as though they have committed some crime. They haven't committed any crime. You all stayed there for a decade, and all the things that you all talking about that is wrong is because of you all. This man called Imsbert, I don't know where he come out from. All right? All you full up all your pocket, and now all you want to come and talk and tell people what to do and what not to do. Please, Trinidad and Tobago, forget these clowns. They are clowns. They are clowns. Let's take a break, producer.
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and of course the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassa, how are you?
Hi. I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
CPAP workers are among hundreds who braved heavy rains and traffic congestion today to sign up for government's recruitment drive. It is currently taking place at the National Cycling Velodrome in Couva. Some said they struggled to complete their applications on the employtt.gov.tt website and decided to submit physical copies instead. Also in the crowd were young graduates and many over 40 hoping for a chance at stable work. One mother, Mina Ragbir, says she has been trying to help her son find employment since the pandemic, while her father, Rajesh Ramkisoon, is looking for a stable job.
I'm very, very frustrated. I need him to get a job. He's my last child to get out of my hands to go into the working force. So I'm pleading with anyone, please accept him and let him get a job somewhere in some ministry.
I hope it's something that we can move forward with, hoping that we can actually jobs come out here. That's not like a fun. Yeah. Because you know, most times you just paint a picture and after the picture is painted, then there's nothing.
Staff at the velodrome said there are openings across several ministries for both contract and daily rated workers. At the office of the Attorney General's booth, Permanent Secretary Indira Rampal Chetty said the turnout has been good. She said the drive allows ministries to fill vacancies faster and reach a wider pool of qualified applicants. The AG's office is already shortlisting candidates with interviews expected to begin next week.
Now tell me this. And it wasn't workers, it wasn't people who was fired through or through the, what you call it, the CPAP. Since COVID, how long? People by the thousands. People are suffering, okay? We know that, but it didn't just happen. It happened over the years. I know of many over the years haven't been working. Parents spend their money, send their children to do their degree and all of that, and still have to be taking care of them. Over the years, they have the degrees, they have all the degrees that they can have and still couldn't find a job. And this is evidence that the PNM didn't do a good job for the last decade. And not only the last decade, you know, because the UNC coalitions was only there for 5 years. They were there before. PNM is a real cult, people. PNM is the worst thing that ever happened in the, and I'm not talking about individuals, you know, I'm talking about the organization, their policies, all their constitution, whatever. It needs to be revamped. PNM, those of you who support the PNM still, reconsider what you're doing. People are suffering in this country and they want it to be, they want it to appear that it is the UNC that is in power now, that has brought this country to where it is. Of course not. We are just there for 5 to 6 months. Of course not. And our Honorable Prime Minister is going to fix it together with her ministers. It is going to be fixed. I don't have to get into any more details, you know. Let the work of this government speak for itself. All that they are trying to say and do right now, people would see for themselves in the future. Once they move out, listen, I don't know how this is going to fix where the ministries is concerned, but I am saying all those PNM people who are operating at the highest level, they need to be removed. And we need to put the UNC supporters who are qualified and certified to act or to perform in those places to make things happen. Because the PNM supporters who are there, they are going to frustrate you all. They are going to frustrate you all. But I'm asking all you, please stand up, be strong, be focused, and hire your UNC people. Hire the UNC people who are capable of doing the job to turn around this economy and to turn around the lives of these people who are frustrated because there are too many people who are committing suicide. You all don't hear it on the news, you know. Too many men, too many young people are committing suicide because they feel like they can't take it no more. They have waited so long, and now that the new government is here, they're still waiting, and it seems as though there is no hope because the PNM is still running the show. We need to start running the show and throw all of them behind a bus. Throw them out. Bring them back underneath. They cannot be on top there and frustrating the people. So I don't know what next we are going to do, but I know that we have to do something quick because this PNM, who is still seemingly is in power and running the show, and now in the parliament, they're bullying all you, right? And all you succumb to the foolishness. Don't listen. They ask the question, answer. Don't continue answering over and over and over. Who is them? Who is Stuart Young and all the rest of them? All you was there for 10 years, and all you did nothing for the people on the ground. All you did for all your family, some, because it has some family, couldn't get nothing from you all. For your family and your finances and your 1%. That is who all you did for. But the UNC is not here for that. The UNC is for all of Trinidad and Tobago, and this is why probably they don't want to fire some of them at the top, but all you have to fire them. Bring in your people and bring them back underneath to serve. Okay? They have been collecting 50,000, 40,000, 30,000, 20,000 for 10 years. It's time for them to collect a little less. And let the people who haven't been collecting, they start to collect now. Because the time is running out. People are getting frustrated because they feel like, you know, my party is in power and I can't get through. All because these PNM, all you ain't ready for them yet, you know. You have to understand these people. They are backstabbers. They are undercurrent, ridiculous nastiness that is going to sabotage everything that the UNC wants to do. And then they will sit down and put a smack on their face behind you all. Don't think that they like you all. They're human beings too, you know. But they're not nice. They operate in an evil-minded environment with evil mind. Okay? Their goal is to make us, the UNC, look as though we don't know what we're about, and we cannot function, we cannot perform, we cannot run the country. That is their modus operandi. Just remember what I am saying. That is what they're going to continue to do until the election call again. They will not give up. They don't give up. They just don't give up. You all saw it in 2015. They do not give up. They will continue to do what they have to do, and they have enough money to spend to do it. Trust me. So let us get real. Let us get real and support our Honorable Prime Minister. You all need to talk. You ministers, talk to her. She is a bright woman. She have it all here. Get as much information as you can get from her because she was there. She have been there for years. And some of the other older ones, like Dr. Monilal and others, they have been there. You younger ministers and those of you who have now become ministers, please consult with the older ones. Don't think that you could do it on your own. This is not a one-man thing. It's a whole island. And they will come out to cut all your throat to make all you look bad. I rest my case. All I am saying You all have to be my people, my ministers, or you have to be strong. And it's not about, listen, they just try to embarrass and all of that. And it's not about that, you know. It's about putting them in their place and doing what you're supposed to do. And don't make them feel that they can intimidate you all. They ain't worth it. They ain't worth it. You all stand up and be strong and know what you're doing. Okay? They will come in different ways to confuse you. You know, you can use one question in 5 different ways you can present it. That is what they're going to do. Same question, thank God, all you was picking up with it, you know. It's the same question in 5, 6 different ways they come in with to see if they can confuse you all. But don't allow them to confuse you all. Let's take a break again, producer.
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassa, how are you?
Hi. I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassa, how are you?
Hi. I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassa, how are you?
Hi. I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
While Nutrients Trinidad nitrogen operations prepares to wind down, possibly sending home 400 to 600 workers, the government is now in talks with the company over port access restrictions. Nutrient Limited is a Canadian-based global fertilizer giant, and in Trinidad, it's been a major player in nitrogen production. It announced that it will begin a controlled shutdown of its Point Lisas operations on Thursday due to port access restrictions and a lack of reliable natural gas supply. Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal says the issue stems from the National Energy Corporation's failure under the former administration to renew key contractual arrangements with several downstream operators. He says the current government is now working to fix what was left unresolved.
The National Energy Corporation under the former administration of Mr. Stuart Young at the Ministry of Energy failed in 4 years to negotiate new contractual arrangements with several of the downstream operators. This indeed fell to us when we entered office. We are in ongoing discussions with Nutrien concerning matters of port restrictions and port access.
Dr. Munilal says the ministry is meeting with affected companies and port users to regularize and update contracts governing access to the Point Lisas port.
Some of those arrangements have been in place for many, many years, and the former government failed to meet and treat with the downstreamers to even rectify some of the archaic and outdated conditions by which operations took place.
Nutrien says a lack of reliable and affordable natural gas has affected profitability for an extended period. CNC 3 News visited Nutrien's Mediterranean Drive compound. A staff member told us there was a meeting to discuss the situation, but declined to comment further. The Point Lisas Industrial Port Development Corporation's Tactical Response Unit later approached the news team, saying their superiors wanted us off the estate.
You see me take photos?
Oh, okay. So I understand we have information on the taking photos.
Yeah, we have information.
So you're not taking none, right?
Well, as it is right now,
you didn't take any photos.
Yet for me to take pictures.
We're waiting on the people.
We're just waiting for our driver.
Then our meeting still, we're just waiting for the meeting to
Oh, so you have permission from these people to take the pictures here?
You got permission to talk to nobody there yet?
In an internal memo, Vice President Edmund Thompson told staff that the company disputed NEC's claim that it owes millions in retroactive port fees, adding that the restriction left Nutrien with no choice but to halt operations. Thompson said a small team will stay on site to maintain essential services and protect assets, while temporary layoffs are being considered. Meanwhile, a former Energy Minister, Stuart Young, accused the UNC government of mishandling the sector, saying Nutrien shutdown signals an impending collapse at Point Lisas. The Energy Chamber has also expressed concern, noting Nutrien's role as a major investor and exporter of ammonia, while urging swift resolution to protect jobs and investment. Nutrien says it remains committed to resolving the dispute with NEC and restoring operations once an economically viable environment is secured.
You all hear it for yourself. But before I talk on that, Miss Grace Hayes, yes, I singing for my supper, my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner. If you can't sing for yours, good for you. But I singing for mine, right? Because this is what the former government did. They decreased the downstream operators. Just look at it. Nutrien, they have no interest in what they did in the past, but they want to come now to dictate. Yara closes down, closes second ammonia plant in Trinidad. Point Lisas on the brink. Unemployment increases, businesses suffer. All this was when? Look at the years. Look at the years, 2016, Point Lisas, fate in government hand. 2019, Yara Trinidad to close at year's end. 2020, Yara closes second ammonia plant in Trinidad. It's all there. It's evident. It's no lie. It is no lie. But now they want to come and pretend that this government here is doing something wrong. We doing something wrong. Well, this government, through the Energy Minister, Dr. Munilal, and the others, and our Prime Minister, is doing everything in their power to revamp and to restart and to be able to have jobs available for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. So I don't care what you PNM sycophants have to say and whoever else want to say. All I know, it is not this UNC government that brought this country to where it is right now. And they are doing everything in their power, all right? And mind you, in those years that I just called, what I just showed, is thousands of employees were sent home. Thousands of employees were sent home, okay? Not 5,000, not 10,000, much more. Because when you check all these contractors and all these people that have been working for these agencies and institutions, when they close, it's not 5 persons that went home. It's not 1,000 that went home. So those of you who have eyes and you can't see, get your eyes to open. And you have ears and you cannot hear, get it to open. Don't try to cast no aspersion now on this government, because this is the government that is going to renew and is going to revamp and is going to bring back things in order for our citizens. Over the years 2016 up until last year, people were killing themselves. People were frustrated. And I'm not saying that there are still not those who are, because we are not magicians. This government is not God. Our Honorable Prime Minister will always say, put God in front and walk behind. But she's not God. She's doing everything in her power. And she is doing it very well too. But there are some who have to suffer. There are some who would have to die because they don't have faith in God and they don't have patience and they're not willing to stay calm. They're hyping up themselves and they're following the cult called PNM. All right? So it is sad. It is a sad day in our history, but it wasn't the UNC government who did it. And today in Parliament, they're trying to bully our ministers to make us look as though we don't know what we're about. But yes, we know what we're about, and we're going to get the job done. And those of you who have patience, those of you who have faith in God, you would rest, you would wait. God is going to open doors and make ways for you until something good happens. Look at today, how much thousands of people running for jobs. Thousands of people. You know how much people that's be calling me? You know how much people? Thousands of people running to get jobs because people are suffering thanks to the PNM, the cultish PNM organization that was in power for a whole decade. Go and talk to Dr. Keith Rowley and all the rest. Go and talk to them. And Dr. Amory Bong, I started with you. We're not concerned about no other country. We are concerned about our citizens. And our Prime Minister is concerned about getting our citizens protected, getting our citizens back in order so that they can put food on their table for themselves and their family. That is what it is all about. And we are grateful. We are thankful. Those of you who are ungrateful and unthankful, you would eat the bread that the devil need and also what he don't need too. But tonight, I want to tell you all, to all my viewers, thank you. Keep the fire burning, help somebody, encourage somebody, because it is not easy. But this is a hurdle we soon will get over by the grace of God and with the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, the one and only Mrs. Kamala Prasad-Bissessar, SCMP. We thank God for her, for placing her here, now, and this time and this season to take this country over. Yes, she is going to take us over all these troubled times that people are going through. Trust me, she is going to. So I love you all of my viewers. To my co-host, I hope that you're doing well. Have a wonderful night. I miss you dearly tonight, but hopefully I'll see you on Thursday, God's willing. So I've said it. You have heard it. Do what you want to do with the information. But all I can tell you, at the end of the day, we have to trust God. Stay safe, be safe, keep love, share love, and all is going to be all right. Goodbye.